joining me on screen right now, we're going to welcome the marketing executive of EasyStore. Hi, Eric. Come on in. Come on through. Say hi.
Hi. Right.
Hello. How are you?
Hi. I'm fine. Thank you.
Nice to see you again. Eric, do you have a microphone by any chance? You sound just a tad echoey.
Oh, I'm not sure because I'm actually in an enclosed room. So yeah, I try to speak closer to the computer then. Sorry.
Okay, it's all right. Just checking because it sounds a little bit echoey, and for the sake of our viewers, I just had to ask. But it's all right. Well, take things at your own time. You have 45 minutes, and we're going to reserve the last 15 minutes for your Q&A. You already know this. So, guys, if you have any questions regarding his presentation or towards EasyStore, just leave them in the Q&A box. Eric, go ahead and set up your screen.
Yes, sure. Right. It's on, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, sure. Thank you. Right, thank you very much, Lori. Right, so right, my name is Eric, and currently I'm actually based in Malaysia. Right, so before I wanted to start this on what I wanted to share about, which is to bring your business online in one day. I just want to talk a little bit about on current situations in both Malaysia and Singapore, right? So we all know that we are well aware that the pandemic COVID-19 is actually bringing such a big impact to each and every businesses, and especially when you're actually having your own physical stores, right? So what I want to say is that even after this COVID-19, this pandemic, we have lockdowns, and businesses are seeking solutions online to actually in order to sustain the market themselves. And since then, we have seen a significant, quite a big change, in the e-commerce sense, whereby a lot of businesses are actually going online, and because all of us are actually we couldn't really go out and do shoppings, even if despite having a lot of this pandemic going on, right? So even after this, both of the circuit breaker and as well as MCO, we all know that currently the situation is slightly better than before, and a lot of businesses are actually open up and in order to help out with the economy, right? But this doesn't mean that e-commerce has actually changes or slowed down as well, right? So instead, it actually brings out the facts that how important it is to actually bring business online, right? You don't know when will be the next pandemic, or when will be the next global crisis that will actually hit your business as well, right? So which also brings me here today to share with you on how you can actually bring your business in one day, right? So today I'm going to talk about two things over here. These are the two main things, right? So the first one is I'll share a little bit on three cases on how these traditional businesses actually go online and how they actually benefited from that, right? And the next part of this sharing, I'll share a little bit on how we EasyStore helps you in building or bringing your business online. Right? So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into the first part of here. Right, so like I said, there's three cases. The first one over here is Freshco. Right, so Freshco, a little bit on the background, is that they started since 2015, which is 5 years ago, which is not so long ago. And like each and every store, each and every businesses, they started since with their own physical store, right? And it's actually very obvious that they're selling fresh goods, fresh vegetables, as well as fresh fruits, right? So in cases and then MCO happened, and then COVID-19 happened. They actually seized this as an opportunity instead of negative impact that actually will affect their businesses. They take this opportunity to go online, right? So you must have considered that because of their business nature, they're actually selling the fresh goods of it became such a necessity during hard times, during the lockdowns, and especially during circuit breaker as well as MCO. They actually wanted to provide a very quick solutions for their customers to actually reach them, right? So that is why they actually built their own online store, bring their businesses online, And in just 10 days after the setup, after finishing setup their own, online store, they have seen significant increase in their online store alone between, comparing to their own physical store, right? So this is what they actually realized is that, even though they didn't really start early in the e-commerce scenes, but because of COVID-19, they actually got benefited by going online as well, right? So the next case of here is Headboard, and a little bit on Headboard is that they're actually different. Unlike Freshco, they went online way before COVID-19, right? The purpose is, of course, they wanted to combine the online and offline inventory together in terms of providing more services, providing their products to more customers, audiences as well, right? And before they actually go online, their business nature is they actually sell hair care product, okay, and they own 20 plus physical stores all around Malaysia, right? So they actually considered as SMB. And during COVID-19, all of this, the physical stores, 20 plus of the physical stores are unable to actually open for business, right? Because it's on lockdown. So what they did is that they used the online referral marketing program and to actually encourage their employees, their friends, or the families to promote their product, to promote their online stores online, right? So in terms of that, all of these affiliates of theirs are actually earning commissions from them, right? So this actually brings quite a change in their businesses, and that it also helps them actually to sustain and go through these hard times of them, right? So other than that, other than just combining offline and online inventory, they wanted to increase their online presence and actually sell to more channels, like for example, not only in EasyStore, not only on their own online store, but also in marketplaces like Lazada and Shopee, right? So basically, that's how Headboard leverages platforms like online store and marketplaces to actually help increase the revenue in the business, right? So the next case, which also brings me to the next case over here, Jiaxiang, right? So Jiaxiang is actually a Malaysian homegrown business, and it was a family business. And since the passing of the original owner, the father of the current owner, 3 years ago, the owner actually, the son actually quit his current job at KL as a marketer and moved all the way back to Bangkok to take over the business, right? And right after, 1 year of taking over the business, he decided to, why not I, sell my products to end consumer as well. So why he has this thought is that, before his father actually run this business, they're actually in the distributing business whereby they distribute their products to over 30 shops in Malaysia, right? So they are much more like suppliers, and as obvious as it seems, is they're actually selling seafood products, which contains seasoning, and all of their products are actually edible for infants as well, right? So what they did is that, like any other online sellers, they actually created their own fan page in Facebook as well as Instagram, and from there they also built their own online store and started to sell online with their products to the end consumer instead of distributing to the shops as well, right? So one thing about that's worth mention about Jiaxiang is that they actually leverages the social media platforms like Facebook, like Instagram, as well as their own online store to actually share tips on how to better use their products, right? So they share a lot of articles, a lot of blogs, and a lot of guides to actually educate their customers using this platform to build the relationship with their loyal customers as well, right? So this is basically how Jiaxiang combines their online and offline to which actually benefits their business at the end of the day, right? So these cases, these three cases are actually all the positive outcomes of going online with their business, right? But like each and everything we do, there are always challenges, right? So right here, I'm going to share with you on three popular, very common challenges, issues that you eventually will face when you want to go online with a business, right? So the first one over here is a menu catalog. So a menu catalog is actually a product catalog of how you want to present, how you want to share what you're actually selling to your customers, right? So for menu catalog, what you need to consider is that how are you going to tell your customers all the details of the product that you're selling? How are you going to convince them by showing, the description, the prices of the products to our customers, right? So imagine like each and every businesses, we wanted to go online, right? We wanted to, increase the presence. We wanted to reach more people, more audiences in order for more people to know about us and our products so that they can buy from us, right? So what I do is that I will go create my own Facebook page, right? And also Instagram page, and we call it a social media platform. Why do we do that is, first of all, the platform Facebook, they have really audience, right? Over millions of users, potential customers, if you must say, and also it is free, right? So in order to actually go online, you would actually choose social media to sell a product first, right? And you must also consider how are you going to display this products catalog, this product informations to your customers when you are selling on social media like Facebook and Instagram, right? So a lot of the customers, we all know that is that you share your products, your product informations, and when customers come and reach you through the PMs, and when customers come and reach you through the DMs, WhatsApp, or whatever messages services, you will have to share, if you have a list of products templates that can actually share to a customer, you have to share this to each and every incoming inquiries, right? So you have to ask yourself before you actually go online is that, do you have the consumer first, which is, the user-friendly product catalog to actually show your customers what you're actually buying, what they're actually buying from you, right? And also the elements in the product catalog is that you have to consider how are you going to include the product description, how are you going to include the pricings and all other variances or other types of products that you wanted to share to your customers, right? This also brings me to the next point over here, which is customer service. So we all know that in human nature, we actually, we need communications, we need interactions between each other, right? And especially in the e-commerce scenes, whereby the only difference between selling online and offline is that your customers will not be able to feel the product that you're selling. They can only see through the product images that you share, but they are not able to smell, touch, or even, like I said, feel the product, right? So what they do to actually, overcome their insecurities of buying online is that they wanted to chat with you. They wanted to build a trust with you, right? So this is where customer service come in. You have to consider, do you have the frequently asked question? Do you have the audacity to actually answers each and every customers from their daily FAQ, right? For example, what is the prices, and do you have this product, and how are you going to deliver? When am I going to receive my orders? How am I going to make payment, and do you have any discounts, right? So all of this actually requires customer service, and how are you going to reply to customers? Do you have any teammates to actually help you to do that, or do you have to hire any staff partners to actually spend time in replying all of these inquiries, right? And which also brings me to the last point over here. the order management, right? So if you can look at this, it actually shows a pattern in these popular issues, whereby if, let's say, you have a consumer-friendly product catalog to share to your customers, like PDF file or an image to actually share to customers, and it's good, that's settled, and right after customer, the product catalog, you have figured out how to actually provide an interactive customer service to actually answer all the inquiries to your customers. And now, which is the last point, is how you have to consider how are you going to record your orders, and how are you going to manage your orders, right? So basically, when your customers know what exactly they wanted to buy from you, and they are keen to actually buy from you, they wanted to place order to you with you, right? So normally customers will actually, they will say, all right, I wanted to buy this product A, and give me your bank account. So I will transfer the money and just update me on the order level or the status then, right? So basically what customers really want is that once they actually pay to you, they want to know when they are going to receive the orders, right? This is just the two things that they have in mind, right? So once they pay to you, how are you going to update the payment status to your customers? Are you going to just imagine if you have just 100 orders per day, placing orders, are you going to reply each and every 100 of this inquiry one by one by updating their status, their payment status to them, right? So other than that, of course, you have to consider how are you going to update the delivery status, even though even after you fulfill your orders, even after they place the orders and you've managed to pack and wait for the courier services, how are you going to update your customers on the tracking URL, on the tracking code? How are they going to track the orders from you? So you have to consider all of these three elements before you actually wanted to go online, right? So all of this above can be solved, but they require time, cost, and human resources. Why? First of all, like I said, customer service, imagine just 100 orders placing through you. You have to place order to your customers through the PM and DMs, and it requires time to actually update them, right? So if you have a team, of course, that's good. And if you do not have, then it will take a lot of time for you to actually do that. And cost of here is whereby if you have, once you want to have the automation, or do you have any tools or any solutions, online solutions to actually help you record the order? Do you have any like accounting softwares or any shopping softwares to actually help you record or update or actually simplify the operations flows of your online business, right? All of these require cost as well. And the last one over here is human resources, whereby if you wanted, all of that, you wanted to overcome your costs, you don't want to spend so much on, travel tasks like software, or you don't want to spend so much time by, going through those inefficiencies operations. So you hire somebody to actually build something for you, right? So these human resources is also one of the elements that you need to consider, right? So all of these three over here can actually be solved under EasyStore. This is how EasyStore can and help. First of all, like I said, you can actually launch your online store and start receiving order in one day, but with enough preparation, and which I'm going to share with you later on, right? And under EasyStore, we actually wanted to aim to help more businesses to start an online business much easier. So we have a low-cost barrier, which you can actually start building your online business with as low as $25 per month, right? And of course, under EasyStore, you do not need to hire any IT team, any developer, programmer to actually help you maintain, or if you have any integrated plugins that you wanted to do, you don't need to actually hire anyone to help you do that. And that is all covered under EasyStore plan as well, right? So this is just a little bit on EasyStore. So this will be the back end of your online store. And this is where you can actually manage everything in one place, right? So under here, you'll be able to see all this. And this is where you are going to record your orders. You don't have to record it manually. All of the orders your customers place to you will be recorded over here automatically. And the next tab is customers, whereby we all know that for every business, CRM, customer relationship, is actually very important, right? So this is where you kept all your customers' information for future, if you have any campaigns or any promotions you want to target to a certain group of customers, you can do that over there as well. And products, and as well as marketing tabs over there, whereby we provide features like discounts and promotions for you to increase your sales, right? And of course, we have analytics, whereby it records each and every orders your customers, which are the best customers, which are the best selling products. So you have a better planning in the future for business, right? So overall, this admin panel, we call it admin panel, the backend of EasyStore, actually comes with multi-language as well, right? So right here, you see is the English version. We have a Chinese version, where two Chinese language, simplified and traditional. We have Thai, Japan, and so on, right? So this actually comes with multilingual as well. Okay, right. So move on to the next one, which is the main thing today: how you can actually build your online store in one day, right? So with enough preparation in the list over here, you can actually start your online store in one day, which is quite fast, right? So the first one over here is payment method. So one thing about payment method is that you have to consider how you wanted to accept payment from your customers, right? So you know that Visa, Master, credit card is actually very common, and we have online banking as well as the latest e-wallet QR Pay, right? So these are the payment methods that you can use in EasyStore or in your own online store to actually accept payment from customers. And the next up is a shipping methods, whereby how you want to charge customers on the shipping rates, or how you want to manage all those orders that came in, right? And of course, the next one is product details. You have to prepare your images, your product images, up to 3 images. You have to prepare your own product descriptions, your products prices, and your products SEO as well, right? So all of this actually included under product details. And last but not least is you have to prepare your own design, right? So this design, we actually have our own theme, whereby you can actually just replace the images of the templates to your business images, business products images, and it's good to go, right? So all of this I will talk about right now, which is the first one is over here is payment. Okay, so under payment in EasyStore, we actually have 2 types. One is manual payment, and the second one is payment gateway, right? So we would strongly recommend our users to actually go for payment gateway. First of all, it's because it's automated, right? Automated in a sense that whenever your customers, they place order, and after they place order, they will have to pay to actually complete the checkout, right? So once they actually pay to you, the system will automatically track this payment real time back to your order, meaning that you do not have to actually chase the customers for the payment, right? So the system will actually automatically trace this payment back to your store. So once you actually open up your admin panel, your backend, all you have to do is just to manage the orders. You don't have to chase anything about payment anymore, right? But of course, in cases where you are in need of a payment gateway, and for each and every payment gateway, you have to apply an account with them, right? So the application sometimes, for some payment gateway, it will take up to 1 week. So in terms of that, you couldn't really actually wait to 1 week to open up business. You can consider using manual payment, whereby your customers will have a way to actually pay to you, right? And under EasyStore, we actually have up to 40 plus payment gateways, and most of them are in Taiwan, Malaysia, as well as in Singapore, right? But if you're actually thinking about selling to international, you can consider Stripe or PayPal as shown over here. So the next stop of here is our shipping methods. So under shipping methods in Singapore, we have Easy Parcel as well as Easy Ship. Okay, so for Easy Parcel, a slight introduction about Easy Parcel is that they're actually not courier services, but they're actually courier services platform, right? Whereby you can choose a list of courier services from their platforms and deliver your parcel or even fulfill your orders in EasyStore as well, right? So for automated shipping, the most used features that our users are actually currently using is that first of all is the auto-calculated shipping rate, right? So what is auto-calculated shipping rate? It's whereby you do not need to get your own shipping rates from your courier services, like for example, a Ninja Van, right? So if you're specifically only using Ninja Van, and every time you want to use Ninja Van to actually deliver your parcels, you have to get the rate from your courier services, right? So under this automated shipping, you do not have to do that, as this Easy Parcel and Easy Ship actually provides the automated calculated shipping rate to your customers to choose from, right? And other than that, of course, there's two bulk functions whereby you can actually fulfill your orders all in one time, right? All the selected orders in one time, meaning that you don't have to, for example, if you have like up to 20 orders per day for today, and you can actually use this bulk fulfillment and fulfill these 20 orders by just clicking on one click. That is what they call as bulk fulfillment, right? And right after that, after you fulfill all of this order, you can actually download and print the shipping label at once, right? You can actually bulk download and print your airware bill at once as well, right? But of course, in cases where you do not want this to use Easy Parcel, you have your own courier services like JNT or GDEX, for example, which is not included in some of the shipping courier services. You can actually use the flexible shipping in EasyStore, whereby you set up your own shipping rates. And what you have to do is you have to just get the tracking number, the tracking URL, and just press on the update tracking info, and the information, the delivery status will be updated and the notification will be sent as an email to your customers, right? So once you fulfill this order, your customers will automatically receive a notification whereby it includes all the delivery details, which is the tracking number as well as the tracking error, right? So besides only the notifications of a delivery, we also have a few more automated notification emails, right? So right here, this list of here, as you can see, the first one is registered account. And registered account is actually very, very self-explanatory, whereby once your customers actually register themselves as your subscriber for your business, they will receive the welcome email, right? So under this welcome email is actually editable. So you can actually insert promotions, like for first-time buyers, they can get special promotions, or if you wanted to, blast newsletter, or you wanted to inform your new subscriber about something about business, you can actually do that as well, right? So other than that, of course, we have payment made. Like I said, if you're using payment methods or you're not using payment method, we at the system will actually inform your customers about their payment status, right? And other than that, tracking number, which I explained just now, whereby your customers will receive the delivery status once you fulfill their orders, right? And we also have refund and cancel order notification. And last but not least is the abandoned cart, right? So I want to stress a little bit on this abandoned cart notification emails, is whereby your customers, what is considered as an abandoned cart is when your customers actually go through the shopping process, right? They browse your products in your storefront and they add the product to cart and they check out from there, right? So under the checkout page, they did not actually complete the steps, right? Meaning that they did not pay, they haven't filled out their shipping informations, their payment informations. So all of these orders are actually considered as abandoned cart, right? So what we will do is that once this cart is created, right after 24 hours, the system will send a will send a notification email to your customers to prompt them and come back and complete the purchase from you, right? So this actually helps with lost sales recovery, whereby you can actually, slide in special discount to actually greater convince them to come back by clicking on the link and complete the purchase from you, right? So this is what we call as abandoned checkout and abandoned cart, right? So this is just some of the most common notification emails. We also have more notification emails, which are not mentioned over here. And so the next one over here I want to talk about is theme templates, right? So under theme templates, like I said, we actually have templates for you to choose from, which is which you feel is suitable for your business. And all you need to do is just to one click install this template and replace the images to contents. And also, you can also edit the layout of these templates yourself to actually fit to your brand, to your business, right? So in cases where you need for the customizations, you need more advanced customizations, we also allow you to edit these templates, these theme templates, by using HTML and CSS, right? So means that we actually open up our source code for you. If you have the programming knowledge, or if you have someone to actually help you do that, you can actually access to this source code and edit the template yourself, right? And all of these theme templates of the themes are actually free, and we have over 40 plus themes templates in EasyStore right now, and all of them are actually optimized in all devices, meaning that your customers, when they actually shop from you online by using their desktop or by using their mobile phone, it's all optimized by what they're actually seeing from your storefront, right? So basically, what you can do about this theme templates is that we will actually eventually keep coming out new themes which suits better for each and every business. And all you have to do, like I said, is just to edit it to fit your brand, right? So other than that, I want to stress a little bit on one of our latest features, which is the order form, right? So this order form is only available for WhatsApp and Line, and this actually helps. Well, the features actually allows you to receive orders via WhatsApp and Line, right? So besides only receiving orders through your online store, you can actually receive orders via WhatsApp or Line, right? So all you need to do is just to create a link in EasyStore and then send the link through WhatsApp and Line, share it to your customers, and your customers can actually click on the link and place order right over there, right? So it's actually very simple. All they need to do is just one click order. They select the products, how many they wanted to purchase from you, and complete the payment the next step, right? So this order form also will be considered under abandoned checkout, even though even though your customers is not placing order on your online store. These orders will also be considered as abandoned checkout if your customers, once they added to cart, but they did not complete the purchase from you, they will be considered as abandoned checkout, and the automated emails will send to them as well, right? So this is a little bit on this video introduction on this WhatsApp form. So basically, this is the link that you can create. Okay, so your customers can just click on that link and they will be directed to a page of products, right? So this is where your customers can fill in the details and select the products. And the next step is just direct them to the checkout page and complete the purchase, right? So it's actually as easy as it seems. And this is the checkout flow, the purchase flow of using the WhatsApp and Line order form, right? So besides these features, we also have, over 100 plus free to install plugins, right? So all of these plugins, all of this integration are actually free. You do not have to pay any of that to actually use them in EasyStore. But for some of the plugins, for some of the integration, you would require to have an account with them, right? For example, Easy Parcel or MailChimp and the like, whereby you would need to have an account, create an account, apply for an account, with their services in order for you to use the services in EasyStore. And for some of the services, they might charge you for certain fees, right? But other than that, in EasyStore, the plugins, the integration is actually free, right? So this also marks the end of my sharing over here. And if you have any, before I actually proceed to answering questions, I want to share about on EasyStore is that we actually have a 14 days free trial. So if you're interested, you can actually try out each and every features that we have by scanning this QR code over here. Right? So thank you very much for your time, and I'll start answering your questions now.
Well, Eric, at the moment we don't have any questions, so let's just give them a little bit of time. I think one just came in. Just give me a second. Okay, this one from Catherine. Now, Catherine would like to know, would you recommend this solution for a F&B restaurant?
Yes, definitely. So basically, a lot of during what we see in EasyStore is during this lockdown, this COVID-19, a lot of F&B businesses, especially restaurant, actually wanted to go online, right? So a lot of F&B businesses, what they wanted to do is that they wanted to build their own online store. And the one thing that is most concerned about this online store is that the first day delivery, right? The on-demand delivery. So you can actually build your own online store, and it's very suitable, but you have to find out which other courier services. If you have your own, ship delivery team to actually deliver your food product to the customers, which is very good. But if you do not have, you have to find out which other courier services that are suitable to have for F&B business as well.
Yeah, I think that's very fair advice. Thank you. Catherine, I hope that answers your question. Our next question is, should I choose this platform or WordPress? How should I decide?
Right. So, all right. So basically, comparing with WordPress, you can actually compare it with what I want to say is the price, right? So like I said, we are actually more the word prices, and I think comparing with WordPress, they have more of integration where you have more flexibility to actually integrate your what the services you want, right? But I think they might have charges, or you might actually need more computing knowledge, more coding knowledge to actually choose that. But if you are more, you do have that knowledge, or you wanted more advanced features, then of course you can compare and contrast both of these platforms to suit your needs.
Correct, because I have dabbled with WordPress, and it's actually quite difficult. It's not easy at all.
Yeah.
But yes, feel free to give EasyStore a try. I mean, the name is literally easy. There's the word easy in it. So give it a go. Let us know if it works out. Next one is from Catherine again. Okay, so in response to her question just now, she said, sorry, I'm not sure if this is relevant, but do you have any restaurant examples that you can think of so I can go and research upon?
Yes, we actually do have, but I'll need time to actually find that for you. Maybe after this, I can drop you my email and you can reach me through that, and we can connect over there.
All right, absolutely. So Catherine will get Eric to leave his contact details later on before he leaves. But guys, keep the questions coming because like I said, like I mentioned earlier, this is actually free consultation in regards to any of the topics that our speakers are talking about today. So our next question is from Stephen. Now, Stephen would like to know, what is the difference between the EasyStore package offered by the e-commerce starter plan?
Sorry?
What's the difference between EasyStore and the package offered by the e-commerce starter plan?
E-commerce starter plan.
Yeah.
You mean from
it's two different platforms? Yeah, it's two different platforms completely because EasyStore is basically this function where you can set up your store online, and the e-commerce starter plan covers everything you'll need to maintain that online. Maybe Eric, you'd like to add on to that?
Yes, e-commerce starter plan is there's actually more features, including all the marketing services. And I think there is a copywriting services as well, right? So actually, EasyStore, we actually provide only the online store, the tools to actually help you build your online business, right? So the seller plan that you mentioned actually comes with the marketing assistance as well, right? So it's actually depends on you which one you want to choose. both is actually good for you. But if you are actually, you wanted to do all the marketing activities yourself, then of course all you need is just a platform for you to sell. But if you wanted a full package, then of course you can consider the salary package as well.
I hope that's clear, Stephen, because like I mentioned earlier, we have for the starter plan, it actually includes online store design, product upload, content writing, the payment gateway integration, and product shipping and delivery. This is actually a separate thing into what EasyStore provides. I think you'll definitely need both to start your store. Okay, but if you have any more questions, feel free to email Exabytes about them, and I think they'll be more than happy to start you out. But yes, thank you for your question. Our next one is from Peter. Now, Peter would like to know, is there any accounting software I can purchase to link seamlessly with your EasyStore?
Right. So under EasyStore, we actually have two accounting software pre-integrated, which is Xero and Intuit QuickBook, right? But we do receive a lot of SQL accounting software requests by integrating that, right? Since we have limited resources in our team, so we actually provide the open API. So if you have the concept of the accounting software, whereby they can actually do the integration to actually integrate their services in EasyStore, they can actually do that as well, right? So instead of just us doing the integration, we have our own open API where we allow services to integrate their own services into EasyStore as well.
Yeah. Okay. Peter, we hope that answers your question. Now, guys, if you have any more, we'll give you a couple more seconds to type them in. If not, we'll end this session. And after this, we have our lucky draw. So don't forget, we also have two other contests that we're running right now, the Top 10 contest and the Share and Win. I'll mention about those in just a little bit. So if you have any more questions, go ahead and type them in right now. But yes, Eric, very nice sharing. I know that it's actually a mouthful to speak for 45 minutes. So is everything well on your end?
Yeah. It's actually I'm actually in office right now, so it's slightly, slightly. Our staff, my colleagues, my team is actually coming back slowly from, with SLP as well. Yeah, that's why.
Don't you have to wear a mask if you're in the office?
No. Basically, I'm actually in a very small room, and it's only me, so it's safe.
Oh, okay. Don't forget to disinfect everything before you leave later for the next person. I think we can go ahead and end our session. We don't have any more questions for now, but go ahead and leave your contact details in the chat box so they can contact you if they do have any questions. But Eric, thank you so much for joining us here today at the Singapore E-Commerce Fest. I'll see you soon, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Exabytes. Grow your business online.